Greetings, my sports to the bone people. Back at it again with another video. Thank you all for tuning in. I was doing some reading yesterday and I came across an article that is covering an interview that was done by Coach Sammy. And according to Sammy, there might be some shake-up. Yes, my people, Sammy is warning that there might be some shake-up going into the third test against Australia. Gonna talk about that a little bit. Plus, we're also gonna be taking a look at the latest ICC test rankings. Yes, my people, we see where a couple of our players, they have improved on the rankings. But based on where our best players are ranked, you can definitely understand why we're at the place that we're at, in test cricket. So just give a listening ear as I work my way through these two stories and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, let us start with Coach Sammy. I am taking this from the Jamaica Star. This is where I'm taking the interview from. So the headline says, Sammy warns of shake-up amid West Indies batting struggles. Let me just read the article and then I'll give you a Sammy quote. So it says, describing the West Indies batting effort as not good enough, West Indies head coach Sammy has suggested that there might be some changes to the batting lineup for the third and final test match against Australia. Might be. West Indies batters were bundled out for by the visitors yet again, this time for 143 in 2.5 hours, as they went down by 133 runs in the second test at the National Cricket Stadium on Sunday to give Australia an unassailable 2-0 lead in the 3-match test series. Across the 4 innings, Brandon King has been the only West Indies batsman to score a half-century, with openers Craig Brathwaite and John Campbell, along with number 3 Casey Carty, struggling against Australia's pace attack of Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazlewood, Pat Cummins. Brathwaite is averaging 3.75. Carty is averaging 14. And Campbell is averaging 17.50. Fast bowler Shamar Joseph, who bats at number 9, they make sure to let us know, who bats at number 9, has scored 105 runs in the series at an average of 26.25. Second behind only King, who has scored 115 runs at an average of 28.75. During a post-match press conference following the defeat, Sammy was asked whether he had other top-order batters which he could turn to for the final test, which begins in Jamaica on Saturday. Now, this is Sammy, and I quote, "We do have a couple more options. Obviously, for both sides, it has been really challenging with the top order. More challenging for us because they find a way to, in the middle order, to score runs and to get that 250 plus, but we have not found that." End quote for now. And as you were, somebody had mentioned in the comment section a couple days ago that we need to take it easy on the players because the top order for both teams, we have the top order for both teams struggling. And I'm like, yes, we have the top order for both teams struggling, yes, but we are only thinking about our team. Australia find a way to win, so they can take it easy on their top order. Our top order, they're not coping at all, and the middle order not holding it up. So obviously we're gonna go a little harder on our batters, right? Australia find a way to hold it up and win, yes. So we have to go harder on our players. We understand that their bowling unit is quality. Our bowling unit is quality also. Not unity or their bowling unit is quality. Our bowling unit is quality also. So our batsmen have to find a way to stand up. You understand? So let me continue with what Sammy is saying. So he went on to say, our lower order 8, 9, and 10 have been really good, and we have seen glimpses of what we can do as a team. Definitely, we will have a look. We will have to look at that and see the guys that are in the squad and how fair it is to move on as quickly as 3 test matches. I mean, I understand. I said this already that Sammy might be looking at the players, and saying that it's a clean slate since he has taken over. But if every coach continue to do that, we will recycle and use the same players. There are players in the team that you have to rotate them out. You understand? And we have the likes of Anderson, who was very good in the regional championship, sitting on the bench. Imlak is there who can also come in. Not saying that we're going to win, but the series is already done. You have guys in the squad for a reason. The series is done. You believe that these guys that you play in the first 2 games, they were the best option to win the series. The series done. We already lose 2-0, right? We're already losing 2-0. So you're going into the third game. The other guys in the squad, they are not only there in case of injury, You understand? Is if you want to make a change, you change it. You understand? You don't only think about if it's good or fair to move on so quickly. You pick these guys and think they would not only say boy they will win the series, but you think they will give a good account in the first 2 games. That wasn't the case. You have the squad for a reason. You understand? You put in other players and take a look at them. So that is what Sammy is saying. So he went on to say all options are on the table, right? When he was asked about Craig Brathwaite, whether or not he would be up, he would be changing him. He said that all options are on the table, and saying that he hasn't done well over the last few games. So he will be in discussion with the other selectors and the captain to see where they go from there as it relates to Craig Brathwaite. So that is what Coach Darren Sammy is saying. Let's just take a look at the latest ICC test rankings, my people. So, I tell you, a few guys have moved up. Where the bowling is concerned, that is where we are really and truly doing some, making some strides and stuff. So let's just take a look at the bowling. We have Jaden Seals. He is at number 9. So he's holding firm. Jaden Seals is holding firm at number 9, right? Then you go all the way down to number 16. Kemar Roach is still there, right? Kemar Roach is there at number 16. So Jaden Seals, the only man in the top 10 for us there at 9, and Kemar Roach at 16. Right? When you go down further, you will see Shamar Joseph is at 29. He moved 6 places up. So continuing to improve. Shamar Joseph is at 29, moving 6 places up. Jamal Warrican is actually at 28, moving 1 place down, right? He played in the first game. At 31, we have Alzari Joseph. He moved 6 places up. So Alzari Joseph moving 6 places up. And then all the way down, we have Jason Holder, 36, 3 places down. He's no longer, he's not a part of the test team right now. So that is how it's looking for our bowlers, my people. 1 inside the top 10 and, 1 inside the top 10, and then we have 1 inside the top 16 who is not a part of the 1 inside the top 20 who is not a part of the team right now. Kemar Roach, right? And then in the top 30, we have Jamal Warrican, Jaden's Shamar Joseph and Alzari Joseph, right? So those are the guys there that we have. Couple of guys made strides in the in the batting department. I don't even want to really highlight it because it don't really make much of a sense, but I guess improvement, some amount of improvement is improvement, right? You would have to go all the way down to 56 before you find our first batsman, Craig Brathwaite, right? Craig Brathwaite moving 6 places down, right? He's there at number 56. And from 56, you would have to go all the way down to 61 to find Jason Holler. Alec Arthur is at 63, right? And then you would have to go all the way down to Hodge, moving one place down to 70. And then Joshua De Silva, right? 73. Then you go all the way down, making two places, two steps up. John Campbell to 78. John Campbell 2 places up to 78. And we also have Raston Chase stepping 4 places up at 81. Brandon King starting his test career, right? Moving 60 places up to 83. So that is how our battings looking, my people. So you can understand why we are hardly able to score runs, right? Or why we are so inconsistent. The records, it is there to show. Big up on yourself, my people.